Geeta Nadkarni. I'm the founder of Impact with Influence, and today I want to introduce you to somebody who is such a rock star and such an inspiration to me because she had this vision for her business and she has not had an easy road to get here, and she's stuck with it, which I have so much respect for. Please help me welcome Cindy Buckner, Dr. Cindy Buckner. She is a double board certified physician, but that's her sort of main job. What her passion really is coaching women through an absolute transformation using their body, mind, and soul. And so she brings her medical training and then combines it with deep trauma and subconscious work to have a full, literally a truly holistic experience. You know, when everybody says holistic, even the holistic people usually only look at your body. She really looks at all of you, the soul piece, the mind piece, and the body piece. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. So one of the things I always tell clients when we first sign them up is the goal is for us to record a video like this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
it's a dream come true.
And here you are. Oh my God, you're sitting in the seat.
It's crazy. Yes.
So tell me what was going on in your life when you reached out to me, because you'd followed me for a while before you actually booked a call, correct?
Yes. I had this dream of, so I've been a doctor for 30 years, and I had a dream in December of 2018 that I wanted to phase out of medicine. I've been really wanting to phase out since 2012, and I tried a bunch of different things that did not work. But in December 2018, a great friend of mine introduced me to a program that helped you build online coaching programs. And so I had tried for 2 years, I guess all of 2019 and all of 2020. And I had managed to get one client who promptly asked for a refund. And, my heart was just broken because I had spent so much money. At the time I met you, I had spent $90,000, and no one knew about it. It was a secret. I felt like a failure. I'm a freaking MD, PhD doctor. Like, I've done everything that I've ever put my mind to. And so this friend of mine, Deborah Lacey, had been following you for that summer of, I think, the quarantine. And I just started inhaling and devouring your lives. And, it was that clarificator that made me realize maybe I am sabotaging myself. I don't know. I mean, I never would have thought of such a thing because doctors aren't trained to think about anything about the brain except for this is the corpus callosum, and this is what happens in a stroke. And I just couldn't believe it. And that one exercise you gave me made me realize I may have been actually accidentally sabotaging my efforts. And then I booked a call with you, and you nailed it on the head, and here I am today.
There you go. So I love this. So first of all, if you just mentioned the clarificator, which I want everybody who's watching to know is available for free in our Facebook group, Messaging That Makes Money, here on Facebook. Just join the group, answer the questions, and you can find the clarificator in there. You can go through the same 5-step process as Cindy did. So you can figure out what is actually holding you back, especially if you're smart, you're driven, you've historically succeeded at everything you've put your mind to. And now this one thing that means more than all the other things put together, you're not able to do. There's always something interesting hiding under that rock, right?
Yes. Giving me chills. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we got you to do some of that deeper trauma work because, that's the other thing is we don't work with people unless we're 100% sure we can help. And if we believe that you need something else before, we will let you know. And then you go do that thing and then you can come work with us. So you entered the program, we helped you. So I remember when we did research on your website prior to us working together. It was beautiful. But it was not you. Right? Did you feel that too?
Well, I didn't let myself feel that because I paid someone $14,000 to make that website. So I trusted her, not me. So no, I didn't allow myself to see that because I know I'm a doctor. I go to the hospital and I take care of patients. I don't create websites, and I'm not a brander, and so I just paid someone to do that. And I I don't even like seriously, I haven't even gone back to look. I need to probably get all new pictures. I mean, that just goes to show you I did like a tenth of what you taught in your program, and we'll get to my success in a minute, but I haven't even redone that. But yeah, it was just I just remember you saying it's so pink and green and fluffy, and you're this like
You're such a badass, and you have so
badass.
much, yeah, you have so much depth and so much credibility, and just you have so much empathy. Like, there's something, if there's a word that I would use to describe you, like that you're like a bottle of empathy. Your ability to hold somebody else's pain. I mean, I guess that goes back to your work as a doctor, because you work with a lot of terminally ill folks, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
And yeah, I'm
your
steeped
bedside
in.
manner, yeah, your bedside manner is just out of this world. What a gift. You
Oh,
can't
thank
teach
you.
this. You can't teach this. Like,
Yes.
people have to have it in, like, it's beautiful that you have it. So we were like, okay, we need to get more of that to come out, where people can feel you, right? And so you went through the program, and we don't want to BS anybody. This was a journey, man. Like, even through the program, you were still struggling a little bit. You were getting calls booked, but you were not making the sales, correct?
That is correct. Yeah. So you finally helped me with my messaging, and remember one of the exercises you have us do, and your program is so comprehensive. But one of them was you had us write down what we wanted our clients to feel when we're on camera, or when we're talking to them. And I had never thought about that. And you taught me the path methodology, and I was getting calls left and right, but I had no belief in myself still. I don't know. I just felt like you're a
Well, we
doctor.
know
You're not.
now. We know now. Because yes, you had all of the external credibility, but there was something very significant in your life, someone very significant in your life, I think. Do we want to go there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, again, okay. So I've been married for 22 years, and to a banker, very conservative banker, and we have two beautiful kids, and they just I think everyone in my life, Geeta, just I'm the only one in my family that's a doctor. My mother cuts hair, and my dad is an electrician, and Cindy's a doctor. That's what Cindy is. Cindy makes good money. Cindy makes six figures. Cindy has a stable doctor job, and no one in my life believed in me. I mean, my dad and my husband literally would say, "No one is going to pay you $6,000 to help them master their sleep and their energy and their subconscious mind. They can find everything they want on the internet. The internet is a free source of information." And I'm like, "But Dad
If
and
only it
Steve,
worked that way.
if there's all this free information, then why are there so many people miserable out there? They're going to pay me." And they're like, "No, they won't. Don't quit medicine." And every time I believed in myself, and I knew that your program would work. I mean, I'd already did one other program for 2 years, and I knew that it was all that trauma stuck. I fixed all that, so I knew your program would work. And then I just felt like I was letting down everywhere. I was letting down these very significant men in my life, specifically my dad and my husband. And so I just felt like if I succeeded, that I would be telling them they were wrong. And everything, I mean, I know you're not a Southern girl, but I'm a Southern girl. I'm a little Georgia peach down here, and we it's not even subconsciously, but we have been taught to have our place, and the women kind of do what the men say. And I just had to break out of, I mean, the generational. I believe I went back 4 generations in trauma with my trauma work, and I got rid of 4 generations of women being held back by men. I hate to say that, but it's just the truth. And I once I don't know how much you want me to say, but once I
Say it
reconcile
all. Say
that,
it.
okay,
Just let it all
okay.
out.
So it's been a journey. I did your program in December and January, and then you know, and then February and March and April went by, and I still wasn't closing any sales or enrolling any clients into their dream. And then I just realized that a lot of what was holding me back was what I felt like was an unsupportive partner. And so we've been going through a lot of 6 months of on and off separating. And anyway, finally, literally 7 days ago, well, last Tuesday, so 9 days ago, I just told him I couldn't go on anymore and like this anymore, and I had to leave, and that I just felt like I was being held back. And so my son and I just moved into this new place 9 days ago, and I feel like no one is in here that doesn't support me. And I feel like my energy is protected and safe. And again, right when I stood up for myself, another three clients came in on September 1. It's just been every time I honestly don't even know how to put it specifically, like to tell people this is exactly what you do. But all I can say is every time I believed in myself, I would get three clients. That's when I got my volunteer clients on May 1. And then I believed, and then I stood my ground and separated from my husband on September 1. I got another three clients. And I don't know what that is. It's all I can say is it's magical and it's the divine law of abundance. I can't believe it's happening to me. I literally can't believe this is my real life, but it is happening to me. I can show you the PayPal invoices. I mean, it's just insane.
It's amazing. I love this. And it took you so long and so much work to get here. And the fact that you did not give up on yourself. See, I believe that this is going to make you the kind of coach that you are, and the breadth of women that you're going to be able to work with is infinitely wider because you have been through so much. You're not the test the yeah, you're not the guy that became
Yeah.
successful the very first time, and so now when somebody struggles, you have no idea what to tell them because you've never been through it yourself, right? Nobody wants to learn how to get rich from the trust fund, baby. So you're
2 years and 9 months I had this dream. And I finally, this is 2 years, 9 months.
that's
And
amazing.
now I have six clients and I'm like literally taking pictures. I have a facilitator, a coach, and then six clients. And so it's like a little party of nine and I'm taking pictures. I'm like, this is not really happening. I want to remember all of it because,
Yes.
so I just take pictures every one of my group coaching calls. I just have to take pictures to remember this is really fucking happening, Cindy. This is real life. It's crazy.
I
I mean,
love it.
this woman, Kita, can I tell you one of my client successes? This woman, I don't know where these women find me. One other thing I did was I just started doing Facebook Lives. I go live every Tuesday at
With
10.
our which is exactly what I told you
And I
so.
take to the pain and I tell them this is why everything else isn't working and this is why only my program will fix it. And then people start DMing me about, can I work with you? Can we write a book together? I'm speaking to hundreds of people and I live in the state of Georgia. So I have another one coming up on October 8th.
You've had so many
to
speaking engagements come out of it. That's true.
I mean, like, where are these people finding me? I just have this little tiny Facebook group of 300 people. I see it's 1.3K, but that's not what it says still. It says 300, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how these people are finding me, but one of my clients, she's 62 and she was raped and sodomized by her father. And she literally has fecal and urinary incontinence and a hoarse voice because of trauma wounds in those three areas of her poor little body at 62. And she's been a client of mine for 4 weeks. And she saw herself as a victim of the sexual trauma. And last night on the call, everyone, 8 out of 8 said, Michelle, your voice is finally, your voice is better. And like, she didn't even notice that, and her eyes were open again and she didn't like keep her face like covered like this. And she's developing a music room in her house because she's a musician and a pastor. But she just let herself be in all this hoarding crap all around her trailer that she lived in. And her life is changing because of my program. It is,
I mean, right?
Words fail. It's crazy.
I love that. What was the most surprising thing about working together? What do you feel like you got out of Ely? Impact with Influence. We call it Ely.
Well, yeah, it was the most striking thing. Again, you talk about me being an empathy container. You are too. Remember when we had our epiphany call, you said, I only let blank number of people into the group at one time because I want to act like you guys are at a party at my house and I know every one of your names. And where I had come from, and no offense against that program, but I was one of 200 every month. So, it was an 8-week program. So there were 400. And you just made me feel like a person, not a herd of cattle. and you knew something about you. I don't know this gift of yours, but you, every single call that we had, and I submitted a question every call, and I showed up to every single call because I'm a really good student, of course. And every question I would ask you, you would get this feeling on you, and you would say, "All right, I just got chills, Cindy. I know this is what it is. This is what you have to say. Connect with your people and tell them X." And that's what I would do. And then, I would get four more people asking to go into my group, or two new requests for a client. I don't know. It's just, it was you. It was all you, just making us feel heard. And then that gift of yours, that intuition, where you could literally somehow feel what is inside me that I can't see. Tell me exactly what to do, and I would see results immediately. That was the most surprising thing. It wasn't a formula. It was unique to each one of us.
And that's fun.
Incredible.
It's and what I love about the way we've structured things is all the stuff that is the formula, because there is formula to it. All the stuff that is formula is recorded and systematized. So all my energy is available just for this one thing. I have goosebumps.
Yeah,
Just
me
for this,
too.
right? Just for this one thing. So I can bring all of myself to it. And then it's flow. I'm not, and the thing is, I re-record the calls because I never remember what I say because it flows through me. So it's not me. I don't even feel like I own it. It just comes through me. And then I see things that I can't explain. And there it is.
Right. And I know one thing, I used to, if I couldn't, or so right after I finished with your 8-week program, I knew I wanted you in my life for a lot longer, because I wanted to scale, maybe not huge, but somewhat. And I still hadn't figured out some of the little pieces. So I enrolled in your year-long mastery program. And when I couldn't make some of those calls, because my calendar was starting to get booked up with
Mhm.
different things going on, I would listen to you when I was working out at the gym, and I was listening to these calls, and it just seemed like every 8 weeks there was another flavor of, like, it was a bunch of doctors at one time, then a bunch of PhDs at one time, and then just a bunch of you know um, white surgeons and doctors like me, females, and I just, every time I could hear stuff in their stories, that it's like I got another layer of truth. And that was just really amazing, because your program is smaller, something about it, people share a lot, and it's just like blessing after blessing pouring down if you open up your ears to listen to it. So anyway, I was just surrounding myself with your teachings, and trying my best to implement it. And I can't wait to even implement more, because I'm not even doing a tenth of what you taught me, and I'm making 16,000 a month now.
That's
So
amazing.
I never thought I would replace my doctor income, and that is a one for one exact replacement of my doctor income. So
Whoop,
this is
whoop.
just insane.
Right?
What in the world? Yeah, I
And
envisioned
you're
it, but I
just
couldn't.
getting started because now you're in your own space. Now you have
Yeah,
all this spaciousness around it. I'm so excited for you, Cindy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too.
You're such an inspiration. Like I said, the fact that you stuck with it, your ability to receive, and I love what you described where, even when you weren't actually on the call, when you weren't asking a question, you were able to glean so much from the rest of the community. That's how we design those calls. And I know you're doing this on your calls too, where you can pick out that universal thread where when you're speaking directly to one person, you are genuinely answering that one person's question, but in doing so, because you've gone to that universal thread, that answer benefits everybody. And that's a
Yeah.
skill, and that is part of what we teach in EV, and the best way I know to teach it is to model it.
Yes, and one other thing too that I just loved about your program, is how you taught us to, or you gave us the permission to R&D, which I've never been able to as a doctor, rip off and duplicate, and so I really appreciated that. And then also you've opened my eyes up with that Otter.ai and multi-purposing all the stuff that I do, and I still haven't even done that. Again, still I've been moving, I've been going through a lot of personal sadness with my poor husband, and anyway, it's just once I give those files to my VA and tell him what you taught me to do, it's just like the content. I think what I was doing is I see the other surgeons and lawyers, they all reach out to me now. They're killing themselves trying to make the content every day, and how you teach it is, do it once, multi-purpose the crap out of it, and that's just key, because you don't want this to be another job. You're wanting to impact people. And if I get into the tedious stuff, I would rather die. I just hate it. Just get somebody else to do that. And so you taught me how to just focus on all the stuff that's in my brain and in my heart and minimize that tediousness. I don't know. I hope that makes sense.
It does. And thank you for saying that. Yes.
Yeah,
Mission
yeah.
accomplished.
The keys to the kingdom is what you showed me. That's what it was. Because I want this to go on forever, not just, oh, I can effort myself to death for 1 week and then I'm going to burn out. I'm not interested in that. I want the laptop lifestyle. I want to be able to come up to Canada and see you.
Yes.
And I want to be able to go out to California and see, other people. I've met so many people in your program all over the world that I want to visit. And I do not want to be creating content every day, So you teach us how to do all of it. So it's really great.
I love it. Just to wrap up, what would you say to somebody who is considering working with us?
I would tell them to run, don't walk, and just get on an epiphany session. And if she can help you, she will. And if she can't, she'll tell you that too. She told me she couldn't work with me yet, and which of course made me want her more because you want what you have to chase after. But she will. Something about how Gita does her epiphany calls. She can get to the root of exactly what's going on with you, and it's not just going to be, every single diagnosis is you need my program. She's just really real. And then once you get into that immersive experience with the mindset work and the hypnosis tracks and the custom stuff that she allows in there and her unlimited access to her copy coaches, I mean, you're just cooking with gas from the beginning, and you're just going to see other people that are in all the phases on the continuum, and you will see yourself in all those people, and your growth is just like exponential. So just run, don't walk, and just make the call.
I love it. Thank you so, so much, Cindy. If you want to get in touch.
Thank you for giving me my dream life.
You did it. You did all the work. I just want to be crystal clear about this. You did all the work. You showed up. You are an amazing student. You asked for help when you needed it. And it's such a privilege to work with you. So I don't want to take undue credit here at all. You did all the work. If you'd like to get in touch with us, so I don't do epiphany sessions anymore because I have been saving my energy now as our group grows. I want to make sure that I get to know everybody and I'm working deeply with the team. But what I love about what we've been able to accomplish is that I have been able to processize how I do that intuitive thing and pass it on to team members. So we have our entire coaching team is trained in it, steeped in this culture, and we're passing it on to clients, which is the best part ever of having figured out how to processize it, so that you can just create the system that will support your intuition, so you can kind of go for it. So yay, awesome! If you want to get in touch, use the link on your screen, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.